I'm slightly drunk. Slightly. I've had a cocktail, you know what I mean? What's going on? Big A coming at you with another video, and in today's video I want to talk about why I feel manga is doing so much better than comic books at the moment. So I've been reading a manga called Kaiju No.8, and the main character is a guy called Kafka Hibino. He's in his 30s, he works as part of like a kaiju cleanup crew, and he decides to join what's called the Defense Force, which is a group that battles kaijus essentially. And he's got a childhood friend that is part of that group. She's like an officer or like a general or something, I can't remember. But he wants to join her and be by her side and like fight kaiju with her. And that's like Kafka Hibino. He seems to always put other people first. Like, I'm not going to reveal any spoilers about the comic, but what ends up happening, you see multiple times that he puts people first. That's like one of his personality traits. And I feel that manga focuses on the person rather than kind of the person's identity group, like what identity group they belong to. So, like I said, in that example of Kaiju No.8, it's all about the things he does. I don't know if Kafka Hibino is straight, gay, bi, or whatever, because it might matter to the story later, but they're selling us on who the character is. If it turns out that the character is gay later, I don't care, because the story has been good. Whereas I feel like with American comics, it will focus on the identity of someone or a character first before you'll even know as to kind of what kind of person they are. Like, and I prefer the way manga does it, because there's been loads of mangas where I've read where it's like, I don't know as to like what this individual's kind of personal preferences or whatever, but if that comes out later, it's not going to matter, because they're focused on the individual character so much and their various personality traits that it's just another part of the story, and the fact that they do belong to whatever identity group won't even matter. Whereas doing that the opposite way, it almost feels like, yeah, it almost feels like being cheated, because you're being presented with this, there is no focus on the actual character itself, but there is focus on what the character is and what group they belong to, which I feel is so paper thin. It's just lazy. It's just so lazy, and you see it countless times. This person belongs to this group, and that's how we're going to sell the character to people. It's like, why? Why don't you just sell the character? Have that character belong to that group? Great, but focus on the individual and who they are as a person and what their personality traits are, and why that should be important to us and exciting for us as the reader or viewer of whatever piece. Like, you just combine the two and have it as one. I feel manga does that. I don't feel like current day US comics does that. That's not a sentence, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, I just think it's insane. Like, I don't know why they do it. It's like, just focus on the character, have the character belong to any identity group you want, I don't care, but make the character interesting. They have to be interesting. You can't just make the character belong to an identity group and not actually give the character any characterization. And that's why I feel manga is so successful, because they focus on character over anything else, and it doesn't matter what the character turns out to be. That's the whole point of this. I've said that about 10 times anyway, but this is me rambling. And you know what? I've got to admit, it's a bank holiday. I'm slightly drunk. Slightly. I've had a cocktail, you know what I mean? It's sunny in the UK for once, for the first day in forever. But yeah, do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.